Yesterday we completed this wrapper classes, right? So today we'll discuss about the object class. Okay, so this is very important actually. So this is a class for every, this is a super class for every class. It may be a predefined class or it may be a customized class. Okay, so, and followed by the Java source file structure. I will discuss here. Then followed by the packages, import statements. So packages and modifiers I'm going to take here. Okay, so this is about the today's class agenda. So let's start with this object class. So what are the things we can do by using the object class here? Okay, so before that, so this object class is available in the java.lang package. So object class I'm taking here, so it is available in the java.lang package here. Okay, so the most common methods which can be applied on any Java object are defined in the object class. That means some common methods, okay, some common methods are available in the object class. Then, so what are the common methods here? And one more thing here is, so these methods, what I'm going to list out the methods, so those methods are by default available to every Java class, because so every Java class is child class of this object class here, either directly or indirectly here. Okay, so object class is super class for any Java class here. So these are the second point you have to remember here. And what are the method it contains? What are the common method it contains here? Okay, the first method here is toString method. The first method is a toString method. Next one is a hash code method. So in the enter the loss, what are the methods the object class contains? Then you have to tell this answer. ToString method, hash code equals. Next one is a clone method. We can clone the object as well. And there is a method called finalize method. So this method, so the garbage collector will use this method actually. Before destroying the any object, the garbage collector will call the finalize method. This is a finalize. And there is a method called get class method. It will give the class name. And some other methods like wait method. Okay, wait method contains three overloaded methods. We have wait with the no argument here, and wait with the long milliseconds, and wait with the long milliseconds. Okay, and into nanoseconds it contains here. Okay, that means so this there is a wait method. It is a overloaded method. But is mean overloaded method here? So method name should be same, but there is a difference in the argument list. These three, the wait method is nothing but a overloaded method here. Similarly, some other two methods are available, that is notify and notify all. So notify and notify all methods. So these are the 11 methods which are available in the object class here. Okay, so this is about the object class methods. So these methods by default are available to every class here, because so object is a super class for every class in the Java. Okay, so now I will take one object here, student object. Okay, so here simple example I'm going to take here, student. We have a student or not a student we have. See, so I don't want to take this teacher and all here. Student class I am taking. So student can have properties like name and a roll number, string. Very important concept, listen carefully. String name, and second property is roll number I'm taking. Okay, so for this I will take the parameteristic constructor for initialization. So go to generate constructor using fields here, name and roll number. I took the name and roll number here. This is about the parameteristic constructor. Now I want to create two objects in the main method. I'm taking here. So student s1 is equal to new student I'm taking. So with the name I'm taking the like Ramesh, and the roll number I'm taking the 100 here. Now, so here S2 I'm taking the like Suresh I'm taking here, I'm taking the 200 I'm taking here. Okay, now I want to print these two objects like SOP of S1 and SOP of S2. So what will happen in this case? Let me check this one, S1 and S2 here. So what is the output we're going to get here? Okay, so see, control F11 I'm taking here, see. So this is the output we are getting. Why it is getting, how it is getting here. So if you print any object, it is a student object. So anyhow, by default, it is a child class of the object class here. So if you print any object, then it will internally it will call the toString method on the student class here. Okay, toString for example here. So if you print the S1 or if you call the toString method, so both are equal actually. If you don't take the dot toString method internally, so this method will call the toString method here. Now see, first two same here, 9292 here. So then, so which toString method will be executed? So the student class doesn't have the toString method here. Then which class toString method will be executed? So object class toString method will be executed. Then how the object class toString method got implemented? How they implemented the toString method here? So why this method is getting here? What is output here? Now see, they implemented toString method in this way. So public, I will take this one. So public, this is the object class toString method, predefined method toString. So toString method, so it will return the one string. That's why we're getting that output actually return. Okay, so this dot, okay, so get class, it will give the fully qualified name like java dot this source name here, com dot java dot test dot student here. This is the so get class name here. So with package it will be com dot java dot test dot student is giving. If you call the so this dot get class here, then so it will append the one at symbol here. Okay, that's why. So after that we have a at symbol. What about this one then? So this is about the hash code. Okay, so now see, so it will call the internally hash code method. Okay, so but the hash code is converting it to the 2 hexa string. So for that it will call the integer dot 2 hexa string wrapper class method it is. So 2 hexa string, and internally it is called the hash code here. Okay, so in this way they implement actually. So this is about the object class toString method here. Okay, so how they implemented here? So return, so this dot get class, it will give the fully qualified name with the package, and it will add the at symbol, then followed by the so this 2 hexa string hash code here. Okay, if you want, you can print the hash code, and if you pass that hash code to this hexa string, it will give the so 992 here. For example here, see, so s1 dot hash code. Okay, so if you call the system.out.println here, so integer dot so 2 hexa string of so this s1 dot hash code. So what is the output we're going to get here? Okay, now see, so I'm not taking this one here. So control F11 here, see, so this is about the so 181 5 at 8 is giving here. Okay, so that's why we're getting the 181 5 at 5 and getting in here. Okay, so in this way, so it will call the toString method. But so I don't want this parent class implementation, so I want to override the toString method in the student class, so that so I can print the name, and when I'm printing the student object like this, it should print like Ramesh and 100. It should not print like this. Okay, class name and all. Okay, so for that we have to provide the overriding method, that is a toString method. So for that, here see, right click here, go to the source here, and there is a override or implement method. So here you can take the toString method here. So toString method we can override. That means, so when I'm calling the toString method, so then our class toString method will be executed if it is available. As it is available, that's why our toString method will be executed. Now, so our implementation we can write here, return, I want to return the name plus as well as the roll number. So when I'm printing the object, so this should be written actually, this should be printed on the console, not so these things here. Okay, now see, so in this case internally toString method is calling here. So if our class contains the toString method, then our class toString method will be executed, not object class here. Now what is the output of this one here? It will give the Ramesh hyphen hyphen, it will give the so 100. What about the student second here? It will give the Suresh, and it will be 200 is the output here. Okay, so control F11 here, see Ramesh and Suresh we are getting here. That means so our toString method is calling, actually our toString method is calling, that's why it is giving the output like this here. This is about the toString method, first method. So clear guys, any doubts till now? So toString method, so if you have any doubts please let me know, I will explain one more time. Any doubts? Shravan, Vivek and Navya? Okay.
Nothing.
Okay, fine. So coming to the next method, what is the next method here? Hashcode method. So what is the use of the hashcode method and all? Okay, listen carefully. So for every object, for example, I created one object here. For every object, JVM will generate a random number based on the memory location or memory address. So which is nothing but the hashcode. Okay. So here see what I'm trying to say here is, I will give the definition so that you can understand things here. Hashcode. Next method is hashcode. So for every Java object, so Java virtual machine JVM will generate a random number. Okay, so this random number is nothing but the hash code. So how it will generate the random number? Based on the memory location or memory address. Okay, so based on the memory location, it is called hash code here. Okay, now so I want to print the hash code of the object here. So if I'm not overriding the hash code, so object class hash code will be printed here. Okay, now see what is the hash code we are going to take here. So here dot hash code here, similarly here that hash code I'm taking here like this here. So control F11 here. So this is about the hash code of the that object here. So if you want, you can override the hash code also. Okay, how can we override this one? So now see, run as source, go to the override or implement, and there is a hash code method here. So just you can return the some integer, it will return the one integer number. So if you want, you can return the roll number. Okay, when you print the, so when you call the hash code, then so our hash code method will be executed because we overriding the hash code here. Okay, in this case what is our output? Instead of memory address, it will give the 100. In this case it will give the 200 here. Okay, this is about the hash code and run as Java application here, see 100 200 we are getting here. So this is about the hash code and all here. Okay, so that's it here. Coming to the equals method, that is very important here. So s1 dot, I'm taking the another object s3. So same name I'm taking like Suresh, and okay, so 200 I'm taking here, or I can say first object like second object. That's not a problem. No, s2 and s3 should be same. I'm taking the s2 dot equals of s3. Okay, in this case what is the output we're going to get here? The data is same, Suresh, and 200 is the roll number is also same here, also Suresh, and 200 is the roll number is the same. So first of all, so what is the equals method? What it will do actually? So it is for checking where the given object is equal or not here. Okay, so this is about the equals method. Now in this case we'll give the true or false here. In this case, so what is the output we're going to get here? So in this case we'll get the true or false. Anybody, can you guess what is the output we're going to get here? So false or true? So you can guess, that's not a problem. Or type false. Okay, now see here what will happen. So this equals method, okay, So the equals method which is in the object class, okay, so we'll check for the references of the two objects, not for the data actually. Okay, so this is a different address location and this is a different address location, that's why you'll get the false as the output here. Run as Java application here, see false we are getting here, because so the equals method which is in the object class will look for the reference comparison, that means address location comparison, not for the data here. Now so I want to get the true here, not false, then we have to override the equals method when I'm checking the equals two objects, because data is should be same, right? That data, if the data is same, then it should give the true as the output. Okay, so then how can we implement the equals method here? Okay, so for that also we have to override the equals method. So source, go to the override or implement methods here. So there is a method called equals method here. Okay, so this is about the object. So now I want to write the logic here. Now I want to take the try catch here. I will explain why I'm taking the try catch. I'm taking the exception here. Now so I want to type catch this object here because I'm sending the s3 here. Okay, I'm sending the s3 to this object here. Okay, now I want to type catch to the student here. Now student s2 equals to student I'm taking here of this object obj. Now I want to check this student with the current object. How can we get the current object? So you can directly use the variables like name and roll number. Now so what I'm going to do here is simple. If name of the current object dot equals of, okay, not contains, equals of, so s2 dot so name here, if both names are equal, then so I want to return the true here. So and one more thing I want to check here, roll number also I want to check here, roll number also I want to check, like see. So what about this one? And so here I'm taking the roll number equals to, so s2 dot roll number I'm taking here. If both roll number as well as the name so equal, then I want to return to the true here. That means both objects are equal here. Else so I want to return the, okay, false here. Okay, so this is about the thing here. Now here, so why I took this exception or try catch here, because so some people will check like null object instead of sending the so student object, so there may be a chance of sending the null object. That means so the null exception also we have to handle. That is the one thing. Second exception is a class cast exception. For example, so instead of sending the student object, it will send the employee object, then so it will throw the sum, it should throw class cast exception. In that case also we should send the false, not true. Okay, that means we have to handle the two exceptions. First one is the null pointer exception, second one is the class cast exception. Okay, now I'm taking the first one here is class cast exception here, exception taking. So when this class cast exception will come, so whenever so this conversion, for example, instead of sending the student, so for example I'm sending the employee method, employee object, so then this statement will throw the class cast exception. So if class cast exception comes, then I want to return the false, because both objects are not equal. Catch block, one more thing I'm taking here. Okay, so instead of catch block here, I'm taking the here null pointer exception here. Even we have to handle the null pointers also here. Now see, so return so null here, return false, not null here. Okay, so this is about the thing actually. Okay, so if you want to override the equals method, so you have to take care of, so this data is depending on your requirement and all, because we have a two properties, so that's why I took the so two properties here like name and roll number. For example, if your class having the 10 properties, so based on your requirement, so if you want to check the two objects, then so you have to take the properties here, checking and all. So and we need to handle the class cast exception as well as the null pointer exceptions here. Okay, now see, in this case, so now what is the output we are going to get? In this case we'll get the true, because so this name and this s2 dot name is same here. See, s2 s3, Suresh 200 and Suresh 200. Now see, let me check here. run a Java application here, the output is a true here. For example, I want to send the null object here. Okay, so in this case, so here it will give the null pointer exception. So if null pointer exception comes, it is throwing the return false here. So false means it will give the false only. Okay, false it will give the, see, control F11 here. See, false it's giving here. So instead of null, I can send the another. I want to send the bike object here. Okay, new bike I want to send here. Object, different object here. In this case, which exception we are going to get? Class cast exception. So in this case also we'll get the false. If you want, you can write the SOPs also. So class cast exception. So that means you can find where this control is going or not. See, class cast exception and then the false it is. Okay. So this is about the handling the equals methods and all. Okay. So that's it. This is about the important things here. And one more thing I want to tell you, like SCJP question. Okay. So just I will give the 3 examples, then you have to tell the answer. Simple thing here. So integer I1 I'm taking of new integer of 10 I'm taking here. Integer I2. Okay, so system.out.println I'm taking I1 dot equals of I2. So what is the output we're going to get here? Similarly, second case, string I'm taking, string S1 is equal to new string Java. In the interview also they will ask this type of questions for confusion. So string S2 is equal to now SOP of S1 dot equals of S2 here. Similarly, I'm taking the string buffer SB is equal to SB1 new string buffer of, like you can take anything, Java also you can take, that's not a problem here. Okay, we'll take this one into the Eclipse so that you can use this one. So there is a test class here. So replace with the system. So dot out dot println here. Now see. So here we have to take the equals. That's fine. Similarly here I need to take the another string buffer here. So that is also Java I'm taking here. Now system.out.println here. So sb1 dot equals of sb2 here. Okay. So can you guess what is the output we're going to get in the first case here? True or false? In this case, what is the output we're going to get here? So in this case, what is the output we're going to get here? Okay. So can you guess Navya and all? So you can chart. That's not a problem here. Sorry. So what is the output? We are checking the first one.
First one is true.
Okay. False. True. True. Okay. Now see. So I will tell you one important point. Listen. So in all wrapper classes, the equals method is overridden for the content comparison. Okay, that means already this equals method overridden in the integer class, all wrapper classes for content comparison. That's why it will give the true for us. So what about the second one here? So this string class also implement this equals method or overridden equals method of string content comparison. So true you are going to get. But in the case of string buffer, so this equals method is overridden for the reference comparison, not for the content comparison here. So that you have to remember, in this case you get the false here. Okay. So control F11 here. See, true, true, false we are getting here. Okay. So this is a normal thing you have to remember here. This is about the equals methods and all. Okay. So clear. All of you clear? Any doubts?
Oh, no.
Okay. No. So next one here is clone method. Okay, so what is my clone method? So what is the purpose of the clone method here? Okay, so that method we can use for creating exactly duplicate object. Okay, for example, here we have a employee object or student object. So now see what is the clone method here. So we can create
So we can create
exactly duplicate object.
exactly duplicate object.
Yeah, thanks. Now see, so we'll take small example so that you can understand the that means. So without creating object, I want to clone the existing object. So how can we use this one? By using the clone method here. So go to the test class only. So not only test class, you can take anything here. So I'm taking the test class. I'm taking the int I equals to 10. I'm taking into j is equal to 20. I'm taking here. Okay. Now, so test one t1 is equal to new test. I'm taking. Similarly here, I want to clone from the t1 object. So t1 dot. There is a method called clone method here. So you return the object, but I want to typecast to the test class, test object here. Now test2 here, t2 I'm taking here. Okay, so here it will throw the some clone not support exception. So then if you want, you can surround with the try catch, or you can use the throws keyword here. Okay, so in this case, both the data will be same here. For example, I want to 10 and 20 we have, right? So I want to print the two numbers like system.println println. So t1 dot I. Okay, so similarly here I want to print the t2 dot j or t1 dot j here. Next one t2 dot j here and t2 dot j here. Okay, so what is the output we're going to get here? So here we'll get the one exception actually. What is that exception? Clone not support exception, because so if you want to clone any object, for example, I want to clone the test object, this class should implement the clonable interface. See, so here is clone not support exception, this test here. That means, so for example, if we want to clone this test object, we have to implement the so clonable interface, then only so that the clone will happen, otherwise the cloning will not happen actually. Now see, run as Java application here, say 1020 1020 here. Okay, for example, I modified the so t1 dot x is equal to 400 and t1 dot y equals to 900. I'm taking here. Okay, so ij not xy, ij I'm taking here. So run as Java application here, so 400 and 200, because so we modified before cloning. If you modify after cloning, so let me check here. So control F11 here, see, so this was 400 900. So this is the 10 and 20 here. So this is about the cloning of the objects here. That's it. This is about the clone method. So these are the important methods of the okay so object class and so waitify, notify I will discuss as part of the multi-threading concept. So there I will discuss that one. Okay, that's it. So these are there ends our object class and all. Next one here, so we'll discuss about the declarations and access modifiers. Okay, what is the so before that I want to discuss about the Java source file structure, and then followed by the what are the class modifiers. That means a class can take the public, protected or private, default, that I will discuss. And what are the member modifiers, what are the variables or methods can take the modifier, what are the modifiers it can take, that I will discuss. Okay, now see, so first one here, Java source file structure actually. So how the Java source file structure look like here? See, a Java program can contain any number of classes. For example, I have a program, this is a file. So this file can contain the any number of classes, like class A I'm taking. Similarly, I'm taking the class B also I'm taking here. So but at most one class can be declared as a public here. If you want, you can take the so one class is a public. I cannot take the two public classes here. So you are taking the public class, then we have to save this file with the a.java. If any public class, then we have to save with the a.java here. If I'm taking the, so instead of class b here, I'm taking the another class as a public, then we'll get the compile time error. That means a class cannot have two public classes here, or a file cannot have two public classes here. That means the compiler will not identify so which one should say with the which class name and all. Okay, so here at most one class can be public here. If that class is public, then we have to say with the a.java here, that class name. For example, if you don't have any public class, then we can save this file with the any name, a or b here, both are fine. Okay, so if it is public class, then we have to save that class with the class name, public class name. Now see, I'm taking the one class here, new class a I'm taking here. By default is a public here, public class here, that's why I saved with the a.java. Now I can take the another class, class b also I can take like this. Okay, we can take n number of classes in a single file. So what I can do is I'm taking this public here. In this case, what is output get to see, the public type b must be defined in its own file. That means it is expecting the file name b here. Okay, so we should not take this one. Okay, and one more thing here is, see, I'm removing this one here, then we have to save the, so this file with the b.java, that is perfectly valid, we can save that one. Okay, so this is about the thing here. Now if you want, you can f2. So just I want to remove this one. Next to finish, something it will change actually. Okay, so public a here, see, then the compile time error gone because it's a public class. We can save this with the b.java. Now, so if you don't have anything, like we don't have any public class, then we can save with the either a or b here. Okay, that is fine. And in the real time, sure, we should not take more than one class in a single file. It should be only one class in a single file. Okay, that is a recommended approach. Okay, that you have to remember. In the real time, you have to take only one class in a file. Okay, that you have to remember. This is about the, so first thing you have to remember. So coming to the import statements. Okay, so for example here in a class, I want to use the one object or one class here. For example, I want to use the date class. Date d is equal to new date here. Okay, so before using any class or any interface, we have to import this class into the, okay, so above the class name here. For example, so here we have a test class. So just remove this one here. So main method I'm taking, I want to use the, so one class in our test class, that's I'm taking the like a date object, like date d is equal to new date I'm taking here. Okay, so this date class available in the java.util package actually. Okay, so before using any class or interface, we have to import the that class. So this above class, like by using the import statement, import, so java.util.date here, but the compile time error gone here. Okay, so you can import, okay, all the classes inside the util package also. Okay, so here star, if you give the star, then so whatever the classes which are available in the java.util package available to the, so this class, and we can make use of this classes actually. For example, so there is another class called array list. So this discuss will later, like array list and so new array list here, some array list here. Now we are not getting any compile time error here. Okay, because so whatever the classes which are available in the java.util package available to the, so this program here. Now, so instead of star, we can take the date here, then we'll get the compile time error because so we are not imported this array list here. If you want, you can import like this here. So here there is an option here, see, so import array list here. Okay, so it will be import, and the shortcut here is control shift o. So here see, control shift o automatically. So there is the dates are two available here, one package. Now here, in this way we can import the statements here. And in the real time, we should not use the star mark here. We have to use the whatever your class name, then you have to import that class by the class name. We should not use the star marks here. Okay, that you have to remember here. And directly you can use the like this actually. See, java.lang data, so this one array list here, java.util.array list, and here new java.util.array list here. Okay, this is a lengthy process here. For example, I want to use this array list and some other method, then you have to use the java.util package. Instead of this, so directly import this one, and directly you can make use of the class name here. Okay, this is about the so that import statement. Okay, this is about the import statements. Now next one here is packages actually. Okay, see, so there are two types of packages, predefined as well as a custom. So predefined means, so here if you install the Java, so there is a rt.jar file. So this rt.jar file contains the all predefined classes and all. So by default, when you create the project, by default the rt.jar file will be available. See, jar is system here. So there is a rt.jar file. If you open this one, so it will contain the some folders here. See, so com dot we don't this com, so java dot these are the predefined packages here. So java dot io package here. See, so file class we have, and we have a file reader, file writer. Okay, some classes, predefined classes we have. This is about the rt.jar. And now, so I want to create a customized package here. Okay, like this here. So I create the customized package like com dot java to learn dot test here. Okay, now see, so how the package structure will be created. So here, if you go to this workspace properties, and where we create this project in the servlet workspace, go there, you will find the package structure there. Computer, this one here. See, here is go to the src. Under src we have a com. Under that java to learn one folder will be created. Under that test will be created. Under test, so the source code will be created actually, because we create the com.java to learn test here. For example, you create another package, so then other project, other package also will be created, other folders will be created under the workspace here. This is about the src. So what about the bin folder actually? So this is a java project, normal java project, not web application. So if you create the Java project, it will create one bin folder in the workspace. This is for the storing the dot class files here. So bin com.java to learn test here. So there are the dot class files, all are dot class files here. So here in the Eclipse we cannot see that one. So but we can see in the workspace directly. Okay, this is about the so packages and now. So can I take the more than one package here? We cannot take actually. Okay, we cannot take so more than one package here. Okay, that you have to remember. If we're trying to take, we'll get the compile time error. Okay, it should be only one here. Now, so this is about the package and all. So generally the package name should be taken in the real time. Here is, I will tell you that one. So for example, so there is a company called TCS. In the TCS there is a project called ABC. Under ABC there is a module, or I can say here project 1. In the project 1 there is a module 1 here. Then so how to create the project here, how to create the package. So first we have to take the reverse of the internet domains actually, com dot tcs dot then project name. What is the project name? You have to take the project 1, and then followed by the module name, module 1. And then so there's some layers available each and every module. So there are layers like service layer, DAO layer, control layer. Okay, based on the layer we have to create the object package that we'll discuss as part of the Spring framework and okay. So for example, take the controller, then I have to create the like this here. Similarly, if you want to create the so module 1, and here I want to create the service layer, like this you have to create. And similarly here, so DAO layer, data access object, DAO layer here. Okay, so in this way they have to create the package in the real time here. So the controls we should, okay, the whatever controls which are available in the module 1 we have to place inside the controller package. So service classes you have to place in the service classes, and DAO classes you have to place in the DAO packages here. Okay, so this is about the package and that's it. So this is about the package. Now I look at the final diagram of the source file structure, how it will be. A source file contains the first of all package statement. So that should be like 0 or 1 here. If I'm not taking any package, then by default package it will take it as a default package. That means either you can take a package or don't take, that's not a problem, but it should be 1 if you take. Now what about the import statements here, how many import statements I can take here? I can take so 0 or many import statements I can take here. So what about the classes here? Class or interface declaration, then followed by the, you can take the class or interface declaration here. So this is about the, so things here, this is about the sequence of statements in the Java source file here. Okay, this is about the source file structure and all. So clear guys, any doubts till now? So package, import statements and all. So if you have any, please let me know, I will explain one more time.
Good. Good.
Okay, so next one here is class modifier here. Okay, so what are the modifiers a class can accept? That means there are modifiers like public, default, some other modifiers here. Then so what are the modifiers a class can accept? Okay, now see, I'm taking the class modifiers. So a class can accept the modifiers here, or I can say, so here, what are the applicable modifiers for the classes? So it can accept the public class and default class. So there is no specific keyword for the default. If you don't take anything, then that is a default class. Next one. So we can take the final classes and we can take the abstract classes here. And here there is another concept called strict FP. So if I'm taking the strict FP, then so the methods which are in that class should be follow some IEEE standard for the floating point number. FP means floating point, strict FP, floating point. That means, so what I'm trying to say is, so if I'm declaring a class with the strict FP, the methods which are in the that class should follow the some standards, IEEE 715 and some standard they should follow if they are using the floating point numbers. Anyhow, so in the real time we should not use this one. Let's remember this one. Okay, so there are things we have to discuss now. The final one we discussed abstract classes. What is my abstract classes we discussed? It contains the abstract methods as well as the concrete methods. We cannot create a object for the abstract class here. Then who will provide the implementation for the abstract method? The implemented classes. So I took the vehicle and car and bike as the example. Okay, so this is about the thing here. This is also not required now. Coming to the public here, if I take a class as a public, then I can make use of that class anywhere in the project. That is a public, I can make use of the, so that class in anywhere. For example, here I want to create another package. So there is an option called package com dot, so java to learn dot test one here, test and test one. Now I want to create one class with the public here. So there is a modifiers public. Okay, now public I'm taking, so I'm taking the class, so you can take in the demo I'm taking here, public class. This class I can access in anywhere in this project here. So this is available in the test one. I can use the test class in the another package also here, test. Here I can use the that demo class here, demo d is equal to new demo here. So here we are getting the compile time error. So can you guess what is why we are getting the compile time error? Because so before using this class we have to import this class because it is available in the different package. If it is available in the same package, not required. So because demo is available in the so test one package, that's why I need to provide the test one, like import dot, so this test one dot demo here. Then the compile time error will gone here. Okay, so we need to close another brace here. So this is about the public class. That means what I'm trying to say here is, if you take the class as a public, we can access that public classes anywhere in the project. That is about the so public. Coming to the default here. Okay, so if I'm taking the class with the default keyword, but there is no default keyword actually. Okay, if I'm not taking anything, then it is treated as a default class. If I'm taking the default class, I can access that class inside the same package. If I are trying to access in the different package, we'll get the compile time error here. Default means package level access. Public means so we can access that one in the any packages. Now see, so demo is available in the test one package. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to access. I want to create the object, or I want to create the object in the different package. We'll get the compile time error. See. So here not visible here because that is a default. Default means here package level access, and you can create the object, the demo in the same package. I'm taking another class in the same package. So demo one I'm taking here. In the demo one I can create the object like this, demo d equals to new demo here. Within the same package I can create perfectly valid it is, but different in the different package I cannot access. Okay, so that you have to remember, that is about default. So coming to the final here. Okay, so final means here is, so if I'm taking the class as a final, then I cannot create the child class for that final class here. I cannot create the child class for this. And one more thing I want to tell here is, see, listen carefully, very important. So this final keyword, so we can apply to the variables, even methods. I can apply to the classes also. See, you can apply to the variables and methods. Final methods also available, and even we can apply to the classes here. So if I take the variable as a final, so that is a fixed, we cannot change the value of the final variable here. If you're trying to change, we'll get the compile time error. Okay, that you remember the final variables here. So the fixed. What about the methods? If I'm taking the method as a final, then we cannot override method. We cannot override that final methods. That is about the methods here. Okay, so if you're taking any method as a final, then so we cannot override that method because that is a final here. That is about thing here. So what about the class? If I'm taking the final as a classes here, final classes, then I cannot create the child classes for the final classes here. Okay, so if I'm taking the methods, then so we cannot override that method. What about this one here? We cannot create the child classes for final classes. So what about these variables here? So we cannot modify the value of final variable here. Okay, so this is about the variables, and these are to remember here. If you want, I will show the example also. So I'm taking the demo. So public, I'm taking the, you can take public or not only default also. Final, I'm taking demo is a final class here. I want to create child class for this one demo. So I'm taking the demo one extends demo I'm taking here. So what is getting here? The type demo one cannot subclass the final class demo here. Okay, so there is a quick fix is available. Remove final modifier of demo here. Okay, so that's what. So we cannot create child classes for the final things here. Okay, so that's it. This is about the things here. Classes modifiers. So coming to the member modifiers here. Okay, so what are the member modifiers? So what are the things we can do here? Okay, so similar thing like member modifiers means here, members means it can be variables as well as the methods here. Okay, so both are possible here. Now I will take the one example so that you can understand the things here. So public, default, private, and protector I'm going to take. Now member variables, first one I'm going to the public methods, and then followed by the default methods, then followed by the private, then followed by the protected method. Now so same thing here. For example, so I'm declaring a method as a public, then I can access the public method anywhere actually. Now see, same example here. So here we have a demo here. Remove this one. This final is not required for us. Now demo is having the one public method, public void m1 method here. So system.out.println here. So inside m1 method here. Inside m1 method I'm taking here. So I can access this m1 method. Okay, so from anywhere in the project because it's a public, but the class should be public, otherwise I cannot access. Okay, so now I want to access this m1 method other package. So test class, so d dot m1 method perfectly valid here. Okay, so control F11, see, inside m1 method we are calling this one. We are calling the m1 method and the demo class here. So if I'm taking the instead of public, I'm taking the default here. Same thing. Default means here. So package level access, I cannot access this default method in the different package. That's why we're getting the compile time error here. See. So demo is not visible here. Okay. So the method m1 from the type demo is not visible because it's a public. Then so where we can access that one within the same package I can access. So go in the demo one here. So d dot m1 method directly I can access here. Perfectly valid. Control F11. So inside m1 method because that is available in the same package. So what about the private here? Private means within the same class I can access. If I'm trying to access the different classes of the same package also, we will get the compile time error. For example, demo private. Now see, so the same package also I cannot access actually. See, not visible. Private means within the same class I can access. If you're trying to access in the different class within the same package also, we'll get the compile time error like this here. Okay. So how can we access in the same class? Is the private is available in the demo class. I'm taking the main method, and I need to create the demo here. D equals to new demo I'm taking here. So d dot so m1 method perfectly valid here. Output we are getting not only from the main method, you can take the another method like public void m2 method. From the m2 method, so you can call the m1 method directly. So if I'm trying to call the m2 method, so internally it is calling the m1 method. So m1 method is printing the inside m1 method here. Okay. So this are so we are for taking the private modifiers to the variables as well as the methods. Present I'm taking the methods, so same concepts applicable to the variables as well. So finally we have protected here. Okay, that is very important. Listen carefully. So protected means equals to so default plus okay kids. That means child classes also we can access the protected members here. Child classes of other packages, not only same packages here. So we can access the other packages of the child classes. Okay, so this is about the protected. Now see, so instead of private I'm going to take the protected here. So I can make this protected inside the so same package demo like this. If I comment this one, we can access within the same package I can access. Protected means default plus default nature plus some other packages of the child classes. Next one, so other package I'm taking here. So this one is not required for us. Now see, so other packages like child class I can take. Okay, so I don't want this parent here. I want to remove the things here. Instead of parent, what I can do here is I will take the so demo I'm going to take here. Control Shift O I need to take now. So here, how can we access the demo class this protected m1 method here? Okay, now see, I can access like main. I need to create the so there are three cases here. So child I'm taking here. Child c is equal to new child I'm taking. So by default the m1 method is available to the child class, that is a protected. So directly I can call c dot m1 method directly here. So control F11. So inside m1 method, other packages I'm accessing that protected methods. Now so I can take the demo d is equal to new demo I'm taking here. So can I call the m1 method by using the parent class or not? That is very important here. I cannot call actually. I cannot call like this one. That means so even in the child classes of other packages also, the child class object can only access the m1 method. So not so from the parent class method, parent class objects here. Okay, so that you have to remember it. That's why we are getting the compile time error. This is a parent class object. We cannot access that m1 method. Demo is not visible here. Okay, so that you have to remember. In the child classes of the other packages I can access, but that too by using the child class objects. This is about the protected here. Okay, so that's it. So there ends our access modifiers and so clear guys, any doubts? So now we are Shravan and Vivek.
Good. Good.
Okay, so please practice. Okay, so I will upload this video so after this class, so please practice, and if you have any doubts please mail me, or so we'll discuss it tomorrow. Okay, yeah, thanks guys everyone. So thanks everyone, bye, take care. So we'll meet tomorrow at same time, that 10 to 11. Okay, so tomorrow we'll start the collection framework, very important. Okay, so what is the list interface, what is the set interface, what is the map, what is the utility classes like arrays, collections, and the generics also I will take into that one. Okay, so other 4 to 5 classes required to complete the core Java. Okay, so by next week we'll complete the things. Next week mid only we're going to complete the core Java, then we'll start the advanced Java from the JDBC and all. Okay, yeah, thanks everyone, so we'll meet tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye. Yeah.